Hello, Algebra 2. Excuse me, it's Mr. Collins here, and we're going to just look at two brief problems involving permutations with repetition. So these are from a PDF, a worksheet from All Things Algebra. And there's some other videos you've probably seen doing the first 9 problems. I'm going to do 10 and 11 from this worksheet. And number 10 says, how many different 10-letter arrangements are possible using the letters in the word automobile? And of course, the first thing I already told you, it's a 10-letter word, so you don't even have to count the letters. There are 10 letters in automobile. Next thing we have to do is look for repeat letters. And the only letters that repeat are the O's. They appear twice. So if you just wanted the different arrangements of a 10-letter word, it should be 10 factorial, right? And the reason it's 10 factorial is you could think of each of the spots in the word as a location to put a letter. So in other words, in the first slot, you have 10 choices. You could put A or U or T or O all the way to E. In the second slot, you'd only have 9 choices left. Once you chose the first letter, you'd have 9 left. And then in the third slot, you'd have 8. So it's, the mathematically, it's just 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5. The problem is the O gets repeated. So if you flip-flopped the position of the O's, it wouldn't change the arrangement, right? Because it's the same letter. So basically, O appears twice, which means we actually lose combinations there. In fact, the way we do that, since we have a letter that repeats, we just divide by 2 factorial. A couple ways you can get factorial on the calculator. If you forget, you just type 10. Well, it's a little hard to see, I guess, but I'll hold it up here to the camera. And the factorial is under the math key. Remember, the math key is down here on the left side. If you hit the math key, you got to scroll over to PRB, and option 4, the symbol for factorial is an exclamation point. And if you hit that, you get a huge number. And then, of course, you want to divide that by 2 factorial. 2 factorial is just 2. So if I divide 10 factorial by 2 factorial in the calculator, I get 1,814,400. That's the number of different ways you could rearrange the letters and just get different words. I mean, most of them wouldn't be real words, but that's the number of ways you could rearrange the letters of automobile. Let's look at one more example. We got the word disappear. And again, 9 letters. So if they were distinct letters, our answer would just be 9 factorial, 9 times 8 times 7 times 6, all the way down to 1, which is, of course, a huge number. And I got to look for repeats. So if I look at this, A repeats twice. And it looks like, I'll change the colors here. It looks like P also repeats twice. So if I flip-flop the A's, it wouldn't change the arrangement. If I flip-flop the P's, they each appear twice, and the way we account for that is divide by 2 factorial and 2 factorial. And 2 factorial is just 2, so really we're just taking 9 factorial divided by 4. Excuse me, again, I would just do that on the calculator. Type in 9 factorial divided by 4, and there's 90,720 different arrangements of the letters of the word disappear. Okay, I hope you found this helpful, and keep up with the distance learning.